I went online and I looked at the report, and within minutes, I was equally apoplectic. Why? Because there's no there in this story. The entirety of the allegation is that some former associates believed there might be an appearance of impropriety, which has nothing at all. Begging the question, why this story? Why this story now? As you review it, you find that this story has been around for months. It was first reported by Drudge, then reported by the Washington Post months ago. 4 New York Times reporters have been on this story, and yet they didn't discover anything new from what was reported last December, which is that there was just a water cooler talk. So I tell you, Steve, I scratched my head and I asked myself, why in the world did the New York Times do this and do it on the front page?
Should there have been an editorial? Would that have been appropriate, or would it not have mattered?
I think it's a huge embarrassment at this point for the Gray Lady. You've got people left and right, Republicans and Democrats alike, condemning the New York Times and questioning the ethics of this newspaper. I don't know how exactly they would defend themselves. I don't know how I would defend myself, other than to say that we were looking for headlines and looking for attention. But there's no news in this, and you're talking about a presidential campaign. John McCain does have problems with conservatives, and this attack on John McCain ultimately, ironically, is going to backfire in the sense that it's going to bring the base that he can't win without conservative support. This helps bring conservatives to him because conservatives have such a distrust of the New York Times, and conservatives believe, and I believe correctly, that the New York Times has been going in this accelerated agenda against conservatives and against Republicans and against the president. So the net result of this, if this is where the story ends, the net result is a big plus for John McCain.